Welcome to the Run Radio podcast. Run Radio Fitness is very passionate about getting out into the community, supporting activity and charities that make our community better. And Bob Brown, you are with Joplin Memorial Run. This has been going on for a while. It's coming up again. Tell me all about what's happening.
Right, Trina, this is our 13th year, and this is the last Joplin Memorial Run. We've
All right.
decided to end the race, in the event, for many factors. Most of them positive factors. In that Joplin is pretty much done rebuilding, and that was our motto: run, rebuild, and remember.
So it's kind of bittersweet. Like you're saying, the job has been done. The community came together, rebuilt Joplin after the disastrous tornado that swept through there, left people homeless and took lives. But you guys, I mean, their surrounding community has rallied. And what are some of the things that you got to see progress and rebuild?
Oh, well, our race alone, we put in $300,000 back into Joplin. We've went from the arts. One, we have a beautiful memorial to those 161 we lost there at the Cornell Performing Arts Center. But we've helped stained glass theater, put a roof on. One of the things that it's ancillary, but it's so important. We helped the Joplin Humane Society rebuild too. Think of all of the animals displaced at that time, and even those that had damage, they may have had to get rid of their pets. And we did that. We helped the Bill and Virginia left an autism center, a big part, and there's people from Springfield area and all around our four states that come to that center for their children. Bright Futures, we've helped school kids. One Joplin who's benefiting Joplin with trails and walking things. We've given them the grants as well. So we've helped it. We built houses as well. We paid for material to build houses initially for those that totally lost their house. So yeah, 300,000 is went back in the community over these 13 years. Proceeds from the runners who come to our event.
This race is one of the more exceptional events that I have ever attended. It's organized well. The whole team of volunteers, fantastic. Race director Ruth Salkins has done a fantastic job. And I think you all deserve a very big round of applause and a thank you for doing that for the runners and everybody involved. What's been one of the things that you enjoy about the event and the walkers and runners that go through there?
Well, first, you're right. We do have a committee that pretty much has been together for 13 years. The majority of the crew that helps put this on, we've been together from day one, and
Mhm.
the entire committee with all of the facets from volunteering to race site, they've just done a fantastic job. My biggest thing is, I'm there at the start and finish. I start the race. I'm the last standing person you see when you cross the finish line, and I just love that. There's been so many heartfelt moments by people with signs for the victims, but yet the stories I hear of, you're pushing us on. I love this race. This is my best half marathon. This is the one I want to PR in every year, and we get that great feedback from the runners in the survey. But yeah, it's just seeing all these runners come in, and they're just elated for the most part. And I try to help that. I try to get that smile on their face when they come across the finish line. Yeah.
Do you ever get just worn out when you're out there? Because you're talking this whole time. We're out there pounding the pavement, but you're also doing your own little marathon there with keeping the wit going and the humor and keeping the energy up. Is that tough for you?
Oddly not.
No.
I can talk for 5 or 6 hours in that microphone. I do. My watch says that I do move a half marathon during this event,
Well,
back and forth on the finish line. But it's just so enjoyable for me to do this event. for the community, for the runners. I mean, we the responses we've heard, because this is our last, and we're getting great response now. You know, running has slowed down over the
Yeah.
years. COVID didn't help at all, but our numbers are going back up. We're looking at over 2,000 now to come back, and we were down a little bit from that. So it's just a fun morning for, anybody who wants to do the half marathon, the 5K, the 10K, and then we have the kids run at the end, which is a blast.
So what can people expect this year when they get that registration sent and the activities and the race morning? What's it going to be like this year?
Well, we're bringing back the expo. We're going back downtown. For those that have run it before, we're going back to Joplin Street where we originated the race from. We are bringing back an expo there. We'll have some vendors. We'll have a beer wagon. We'll have food trucks there. So we're kind of making this back to where we had in the past when we had the 2 to 3,000 runners. Um, and then the swag. There is no charity this year. So
Okay.
the money that you're putting in, a large, there's some expense of course, but the swag is much better than we've ever had. I mean, a backpack cooler, it's just
Oh,
fantastic. But sunglasses, good sunglasses, and cups or glasses, to that has our logo on it and things. So we're giving back instead of going to the charities. Again, Joplin's pretty well rebuilt, and it's time to move on. So we're taking those funds and putting them right back to give back to the runners.
what are you going to miss most?
It,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Edit this one. I
No.
just love the runners.
Yeah.
And I love the event. And yeah, I've been there from running it initially and on the committee for 13 years, and then announcing it for nine? So
Yeah.
10 years. This will be my 10th year. So it's a big part of my life in the last decade, for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, you guys have done phenomenal. So thank you. Tell people where they can go to get signed up, find out more information about the finale of the Joplin Memorial Run.
Everything is on the joplinmemorialrun.com website. You can sign up for your races. If you want to volunteer, we always need volunteers. When you run 13 miles in a city, as you know, it takes an army.
Yeah.
So if you've got a runner out there, you can be part of the event and get into on the course or at the finish line or whatever. But volunteering and or signups there at joplinmemorialrun.com.
All right. Thank you so much, Bob Brown. Appreciate it. Be sure you're following along at runradio.net.